Meanwhile, back here in the district tonight, an exclusive interview with Metropolitan Police Chief Robert Contee.
Yeah, he's been under fire and facing heavy criticism for rising crime in the district this year. Our political and government reporter Leonard and Fleming joins us now live in the studio.
And Leonard, he sat down with Chief Contee in one of the district's most violent neighborhoods. He remains optimistic that the district can get a handle on rising crime.
That's exactly right. Robert Contee is a homegrown chief. He hails from D.C. and has his dream job to lead the department he rose through in the ranks. But it is a job with serious crime challenges as he approaches 2 years in charge after City Council confirmed him in May of 2021.
We're still in the fight. D.C. is a resilient city. I'm a resilient chief. I'm from this city. The communities here are resilient.
To say Robert Contee loves D.C. is an understatement. But the district's top cop has his hands full. Homicides are up 31%, sex abuse 55%, down from over 100% 2 weeks ago, and auto thefts up 108%.
When you talk about violent crime being up about 2%, really at this point in the year, 4 months into the year, it's kind of hard to gauge what that's going to look like by the end of the year.
Crime spikes now, the chief says, may not continue to climb.
Last year we started out with an uptick, and during the summer months when crime generally goes up here in Washington, D.C., we saw some very low lows, and we ended up with a 7% reduction in crime, a 10% reduction in a 7% reduction in violent crime, a 10% reduction in homicides, and 4% overall reduction in crime.
And what does the chief need to fight crime?
It's no one thing, right? It's not, oh, if you just hire more police officers, oh, if you just add more prosecutors, or if you just change this legislation. It's all of those things, because it's all of those things that contribute to where we are currently. This has been a slow drip that has happened over time.
One major challenge, keeping bad people in jail. Is there a problem with keeping bad guys?
There is a problem with keeping bad guys in jail. We have a system right now that really is in favor of allowing people to be released for committing violent crimes in some instances pending their trial. I think if you put a gun in a person's face, if you shoot somebody, if you rob somebody, and you do anything that's involved in a violent crime, that burden to prove that you belong in community should be on you and not on the government to have to prove that.
I asked the chief about comments he made 2 years ago about seizing fewer firearms and more about arresting people who have guns.
Those are the right guns. The wrong hands are these people who commit violent crimes, who continuously show up on report after report. The average homicide victim, average homicide suspect in the District of Columbia arrested 11 times. 11 times prior to them committing a homicide or becoming a homicide victim, right? So that is something telling, and I want to make sure that we stay focused on that.
We walked a neighborhood in Southeast D.C. on Alabama Avenue, one of many wrought with violence. Here, violent crime is up 30%, and 6 people have been murdered in the past 2 years. One of your officers told me recently that this is a war zone, just in this area alone. When you hear those types of statements about your city, your area here, a neighborhood like this where residents feel sometimes defeated, how does that make you feel?
Well, obviously it doesn't make me feel good. It really just makes me more determined. It tells me that we got a lot of work to do in this particular community. While this is the story of this community, the dynamic thing about Washington, D.C., you can drive 2 blocks and people have a different experience. So we have to focus in. Contee says the job weighs on him, but it doesn't stop him from going to nearly every crime scene. Has it been worth it to be in this job? Oh, absolutely. It absolutely has been worth it. I mean, I feel like I got the best job in the city. Yes, I get to see the worst of the worst of the worst. Yeah, that's part of it. But I also get to encounter grandmothers and little kids. I get to do some amazing things to give back to my city every single day.
And Leonard, I know you'll have part 2 with the chief next week. The chief really wears his emotions on his sleeve. How much is the rise in teen violence really wearing on him?
Yeah, no, it really does wear on him, because in the end, for him, teens are the most important aspect of the district, and he talked a lot about teens and connecting with them and making sure they understand the police are not their enemy. And you have a lot of teen violence right now with violent crimes and carjacking, so those are definitely issues that the chief is dealing with.
All right, Leonard and Fleming, thank you. We look forward to part 2 of your conversation next week.
Thank you.